Howdy, I'm Dane, and I want you to come on an adventure with me. We're gonna catch dinner through the ice and cook it over a campfire, make a bushcraft bed, and sleep under a blazing bright moon. It's gonna be snowy, but cozy. Let's go. A lot of white butts. A lot of white butts. Guys, morning. Man, it's wild how rough those guys look after the winter, guys and gals. Like, whew. It has been a mild winter, and even still, skinny. It's hard to be a servant. Never fished this one before, but it's surrounded by national forest, which is great for camping. I want to go up around the bend, and definitely I'm going to go over that way to set up camp, but tons of ice. I just want to do a quick drop down. There it is. Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. I know I say that every time, but it is beautiful. Look at that. Yep. That's dinner sorted. Nice. Look at that. A bug. Dude, spring is truly on its way. I tell you what, we might be having an early dinner. Oh, I forgot adobo. That's a tragedy. Well, that's enough for now, I think. These patches, especially near the bank where it warms up, are just overflow generally. I mean, always use your own caution, but generally they're just overflow because it's getting to be properly spring. And so the top layer is melting a lot and refreezing, but you never like to see your sputter go right through the ice, but there's still good ice underneath there. Still, be careful when it's springtime. You don't want to go through even if you got picks on. That's mildly creepy. It's almost like a toy. You think I would learn that even if I don't think I'm gonna need snowshoes, just bring snowshoes. This rock would make a sweet, like, no gear survival thing, because you could build a fire and warm up that rock, put a bench there, and sleep through the night, which I'm definitely not opposed to doing. The closest I've come is when I was in high school teaching bushcraft stuff. I did a duff pile where you just make a mountain of pine needles and sleep in that. It's pretty good. It got down to like 25 and I was warm just with my clothes and that. we'll make camp here tonight. A couple of reasons. I like the trees around here. For the most part, they're healthy. No standing, no like overhang standing dead. And second, a lot of firewood. And third, a lot of dead pole timber so I can make like a peak for the tarp. That was a walk for sure. For sure that was a walk. The biggest thing when there's snow all over the ground is not putting anything on the ground because it becomes almost invisible. This is called shoreline, or I mean bank line. And it's great and much cheaper than paracord, but still really strong and is definitely a good choice for this sort of thing. You know, obviously pack it out when you're done, but it's good. It holds well, holds a knot well. That's dry as can be. I left it tall because this is going to be part of our platform. Look at how much snow got on my stuff just in that short time. That's why it's great to have a tarp just to rig up and give yourself a second. Yeah, that'll do. I like a bowline. I like a slippery top. I like a lot of knots. But for this sort of thing, you just want a knot. Strength isn't really coming from like the knot. It's coming from the wraps and the tension you put on it. I've got an egg crate. Go on top of these as often as the case if I'm sleeping on something that could poke my inflatable, but it's good to just knock all those off anyway. I think that just about sorts that out. Oh, not a moment too soon. Let's get this tarp a little bit better organized so you don't think I'm a slovenly person. Whew. All this hustle and hurry. I forgot to just take a moment and look at how beautiful it is. I'm gonna pull this guy line sort of down here more. But a trick you can do if you're in the snow is you can just go around a stick and bury it long ways. I knew a guy who swore he knew a guy who self-repelled using a frozen Snickers bar in this method. And that holds that. Would you trust your life to a Snickers bar? I don't know, man. If it was my only option. Oh. There we go. Put it into sitting mode. Start cooking and get set up. Light is fading. It's not going to be that cold. So I'm not going to do like a huge survival fire. I've got some tinder here. just dry cottonwood duff. I had a friend that was making a fire and splitting wood, and got a piece of wood like jammed into his hand and had to go to the hospital. I'm always a little bit mindful of that when I'm breaking wood. And I think about quite a lot. Well, a lot of things, but you know how monarch butterflies like do these huge migrations, but they don't do it all at once. Like, it's a generational migration from Mexico up to Canada. And then, you know, laying, dying, hatching, laying, dying, hatching. And then once they get to Canada, there's something special about that generation. And those monarchs live for like 8 months and make the journey all the way back. Isn't that weird? First, we'll get our fish cooking, and we'll make a little grate out of greenish pine boughs. Have our little cooking station for the trout and the water, and then have a coal station over here for the pepper and the ash cakes. There we go. Just put that like that. One thing that's really nice is to have something to cut on and put sawdust right into my cup for the morning. No, something to cut on. We'll just rob a little of our water that we're working on here. We want about half a cup in here. We all know this routine from the one and only, but this is an unyeasted flour, so the rise is going to come from baking powder, so you don't really need to let it wait. As Bob Ross would say, however you want, it's your flatbread. I'm going to go fairly flat. A nice cup of floaty tea with our dinner. And just keep some more water going while we're at it. As you can see, I've kind of abandoned the hanging toggle. Alrighty, let's have dinner. Knock the ash off of our ash cakes. Oh, that's perfect. Mm. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I've got a little, oh, don't want to forget our extremely smoked fish. See how the spine just peels right away. All right, let's make our little taco, hey? Just peel this char away, and you got a lovely cooked pepper. Open that up a little. Put some of our fish on there. Skin's good too. Oops. Brought a little mayo Dijon mix from home. Man, that's good. That took a second. That's really good. This is just mayo, mustard, a little apple cider vinegar, a little Worcestershire. But it goes great on fish. Whew, good night. So still, so quiet. It's nice. I don't think we're gonna have any trouble going to sleep. And I think we're done with the wind, which is pretty sweet. For the past couple of outings, we've been plagued with some pretty high wind, so knock on wood. But I'll see you in the morning. Oh, you can see the moon. Pretty. Good morning. Pretty warm. Very still last night. So still. Didn't sleep ideal, but the moon was so bright. It was just beautiful to peek out and look around and go back to sleep. I think we'll pack things up and see how the morning bite is. Put your gloves under your coat. Well, when you need them, they're not freezing cold. Oh, the sun's starting to peek through the trees. That's beautiful. That was a pretty good bed. Had a good amount of bounce. Always nice to get up off the ground. Pretty good. But I don't like to leave them. Thanks a lot for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, I got a couple others you might like. And I really appreciate it, you know, especially if you do all the things, subscribe, share, like. This was a fun one. I always like building little beds out of wood. I don't know, it's my inner child. But we're gonna go see how the morning bite is and call it good. Thanks for watching. That's 2. Three. That's 7. 7 fish in the morning. Great. Time to go home. Not to belabor the point, but the snowshoes are right there.